Hello everyone, how are you all today? So today we'll be starting with the topic called ICT. So if I talk about ICT in detail, that too targeting your NET examinations or your SET examinations or your JRF examinations, you need to remember that ICT has a wide scope and it is a lengthy topic. It takes time to complete ICT. So what are the major topics that you need to complete no matter what? So the some of these topics are in your syllabus, I could say, and some of these topics have been asked in your previous year questions. So these topics I'm just making a combination of both. I'm not taking any extra topic which is not there in the syllabus, not asked in the previous year questions, but I am considering those topics which are in your syllabus and even asked in your previous year questions. Okay, so the first thing you need to understand in ICT is your basic computers, like what is a computer and what are the major components of computer. Computer may include its major components, that are its parts also, you can refer to it. Then we have various types of computers. Types of computers may include mini computer, microcomputer, personal computer, digital computer, analog computer, supercomputer, hybrid computer. We have various types of computers. We need to remember all of those and even differentiate between two and more than two types. In the components or parts, we have input devices as well as output devices. We have hardware devices, software devices. Then we also have the components of CPU, that is specifically arithmetic logical unit, memory unit, and storage unit. Memory unit and control unit, and various other things. So if I talk about computer parts or computer components, it's a very big topic. Then types also, we have like around 8 to 9 types of computers. It can be more than that, but I'm giving you a rough idea. Apart from that, we also need to understand the generation of computers from first to fifth generation. Like in the first generation, what processors were used, what are the examples of first generation, what language was used, then how they used to store the data, what were the complications, what were the advantages and disadvantages. The same points will go for all the generations. You have to remember what are the processing devices, what are the memory devices, what are the examples of that particular generation. So this is basically, you need to learn everything about computers. This you might have started reading or understanding these concepts in your 6th and 7th standard, so you have to start from scratch or zero. After understanding the computer, one of the major topics is networks. Network is very big topic and various questions are asked only from this. So network, we have various, you can say, connection ways of connecting network. It could be various topologies and it could be various types of network, like we have public network, private network, virtual private network, LAN, MAN, WAN, CAN, SAN, various one. Okay, so we need to complete all those types first. We need to see all the hardware elements. So hardware elements that helps the computers to get into a network would be your modem, router, switch, hub, gateway. So you need to understand all these terminologies and you need to remember those also. Apart from that, we have various topologies. Topologies may have diagrams, the advantages, disadvantages, and how that entire topology is framed, like the entire, I could say, the diagram. That is also important. Apart from that, if I talk about other topics, it would be abbreviations, because abbreviations are asked in each and every exam. So you take any exam paper of ICT, you will find abbreviations. Abbreviations are short forms of various things, like we have GB, KB, TB, these are related to memory. Then we have RAM, ROM, abacus, LAN, MAN, WAN, BIOS, OTP, DTH, and many more. So, these are some of the examples I've given you of abbreviations. You need to remember abbreviations. This is very, very important. I cannot stress more on this topic. So, make sure you mark this abbreviations as a very, very, very important topic. Okay. Apart from this, we have other topics as well. For example, that could be virus and various types of virus, like what is malware, what are virus, what are the various types of virus. It could be Trojan horse, worm, logical bomb, and many other. Then focus is also on email and components of email, like what is spam, what is BCC, what is CC, and other technical aspects of email you need to know. The last thing that I would tell you would be, yes, digital initiatives in higher education. So digital initiatives refers to all those websites, all those initiations taken by the government of India or All India Council for Technical Education or National Mission on Education through ICT or Ministry of Education or Ministry of Human Resource Development. So when Government of India or any of these organizations or higher education institutes initiate, start, develop a particular website dedicated to a particular community or dedicated to a particular subject of students, so that it becomes easy for them to learn, to reduce the digital gap, that is digital initiatives in higher education. I could give you some of the examples. That could be Swayam Prabha, National Digital Library, National Academic Depository, eShodh Sindhu, then Gangotri, FOSSEE. We also have eYantra, Badal. We have a lot more number. I could say around 60 to 70 are there. Okay, and we need to remember all of them, because in exam any topic may be asked. So there in the previous year, like in 2022, if I talk about, there were questions related to Samarth, there were questions related to Swayam. So there are certain topics which are regularly repeated and certain topics which are suddenly new, which we did not know that they could ask that also. So I am bringing, or I am telling you, a blend of topics that are either in your syllabus or asked in your previous year questions, or both, because certain times there are certain concepts that are not separately mentioned in your syllabus, but they're asked in your previous year questions. So it's better to have a wider range of studies and wider coverage of syllabus rather than just sticking to your syllabus. Okay, now moving forward with the today's topic would be computer. What is a computer? If you don't know, let's start with the basics of computer. So computer is an electronic device. We all know that, and you might have heard this in your childhood days. Okay, so the first thing we understand about a computer is, computer includes a thing called monitor. That is your screen. Monitor helps you to exactly see what is going on, which app is working, or which thing is running right now, what function is it doing. So monitor helps us to see the output of the processing data or processed data. Then to enter the data, we have a keyboard. So this is an alphanumeric keyboard, which can the keys can go from 104 keys to 120 keys something. So this is a keyboard and this is a input device. Now we will also have a mouse. Mouse is basically a pointing device. So mouse helps us to point on various things, to double click, single click, left click, so that we can come to various options. The last thing we would need is your CPU, central processing unit. CPU includes three different things in itself. The first one would be your ALU, arithmetic logical unit. Then we also have memory unit and we also have control unit. We will be learning this further in a detailed manner, but I'm giving you a basic idea. Now if you are using a laptop, you might have a question, ma'am, we do not have a mouse and we do not have a separate CPU. But if you're talking about a laptop, or even a tablet, you on the, you can say, keyboard, like down to the keyboard, you have your compact CPU, okay, you have your processor, and there is a pointing device in your PC or in your desktop, not desktop, I'm really sorry, laptop, that will help you to point stuff. Okay, so if I talk about a PC, that is a desk, proper desk PC. If I talk about laptop, or if I talk about even a smartphone or a tablet, these all are computers, but for different purposes, ranging from different styles, different space, different functions. They have different, you can say, prices, different functions, different speeds, everything, but all these are considered as computers. Now, this was basic, like this was just an introduction to the lesson, so that you get to know what exactly are we going for. Okay, now please focus here. I would like to show you something. These are the images which I have taken in the year 2020, as far as I remember. I was in Birla Museum at Hyderabad, and I would really request all of you people, if you are in Hyderabad or if you ever go to Hyderabad, visit this museum. This is a Birla Museum. This is very famous. It's near Birla Mandir or Birla Temple. If you just find in a map, you will be able to easily go there. The uniqueness about this museum was it was very, very, very educational. Many of the theoretical concepts which we have read only in books, they have machines, they have practical applicability, and you'll be able to see many children enjoy those machines, or play with those machines. That helps us to build our concepts very nicely. One of these were a computer room which included computers from various generation. So if you see this particular image, I'm talking about this particular image, the star one, this is the control unit. So we have three separate units in a computer or in a CPU, that is memory unit, control unit, and arithmetic logical unit. So this is just one part of the CPU, and if you see the height, comparing my height, it is a fit above me. So I am around 5 feet, so this would be around 6 feet. Now try to understand, this is only one part of a computer. We will also have memory unit, and then we'll also have arithmetic logical unit. So just imagine the massiveness, or how huge the computers were on the second generation or the first generation. This was the case with first generation computers and second generation computers. But if I talk about today, okay, the fourth generation, it all comes down to a small desktop computer where you can put your monitor, your mouse, your keyboard, and your CPU at a small compact place. And to further develop this, we have laptops are such compatible devices that you can these are such mobile devices, you can travel it with, just put it in the bag and you can travel it across, there is no problem. Now you just need to understand the, you can say, technological gap. There was a huge changes in technology from the first generation computer to the fifth generation computer. So we need to remember everything given in this chart. We need to remember what processing devices were used, what were the years, what language was used, what are the examples, what were the advantages, what were the disadvantages, and major functions of all the generations. There could be a question from this particular slide very easily. They could formulate one simple question or match the following question or a coded question easily from one particular slide. So make sure you remember that. And if you ever visit Hyderabad, I highly request you to go to Birla Museum, because this is really beautiful, very educational. They also have a planetarium there. Don't worry, it's not a sponsored video, but I really love going, especially to the museum kind of stuff, or where I can practically see uh, what I have read so far. So that is one of the things that's the reason I'm pressuring. Okay. Apart from that, these are the parts of the computers. So when we'll meet in the next lecture, we will be understanding what are the parts of the computer. These are important. There could be questions from these. So motherboard, we'll learn about motherboard. Then we'll learn about processor. What is processor, and how does a processor work? Then we'll talk about RAM. What is RAM? And what is the difference between RAM and ROM. We'll also discuss about the storage devices. Then we'll move forward with the various types of computers. If you need the notes, you can pay me 500 rupees and get all the notes for paper one. Fine, everyone. Bye everyone. Take care of yourself. Study hard. And if there are any doubts or any problems, please do let me know. Mention in the comment section. I'll surely reply to you. Okay, everyone. Bye.